And we have ZPCI Assassin, who's never, ever missed an episode.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
How
I
you doing?
All right, and Assassin, can you let us know as soon as you see it on the stream?
YouTube's uh
Hello, world.
very pixelated for me.
On
Probably
YouTube,
because of the.
is it more pixelated than normal?
I mean, I could tell, I can see my face.
That is not good. Well, at least my mic is working today. Let me pull up the YouTube stream, guys. In YouTube chat, if you can see us, does it look okay?
I mean, it's not like Inferno quality, but I mean, it's all right.
Listen, Assassin. Listen, Assassin.
Just
What?
talking spick.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to let me know. So Manic, welcome to the show. This is your first podcast with us, and we're excited to have you on. Can you tell us a little bit
Appreciate
about
it.
yourself?
Yeah. I'm a nerdcore rapper, and I dabble into my genre. Most nerdcore rappers just talk about video games they love. No, I talk a little bit about everything. I do anime, wrestling, obviously gaming, and just almost anything that I find, that most people don't talk about or genreize, like hipsters or whatever. I end up, somehow influencing it in my music. And I'm also a broadcaster. I do have a Twitch channel that I do as well, like you guys, where I have a show called Saturday Morning Beatdown, where I'm live playing people around the world on Street Fighter 5 and associated with 2050 Esports. I do a lot of things. I might have like a long ass introduction, so we could probably bring up some more stuff in a little bit.
All right, that sounds really cool, man. Can you tell us a little bit about this 2050 esports?
Uh, yeah, 2050 Esports is basically a company where we're trying to, tackle a lot of markets. We're tackling the, music industry, the gaming industry with the broadcasting. And right now, that's our main influence is just esports itself. Um, I'm one of their head broadcasters. So, like I said before, I have the show called Saturday Morning Beatdowns. And I commentate and play at the same time. So whenever I'm not playing a match, I'm like watching and I'll commentate, give some people some insights on, you know, what what you want to do in a certain match against a certain character. But 2050 Esports, we've launched a just like September. We launched a Halo tournament, and it was in Chattanooga. It was a real good success, and it's a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of new people, a lot of networking. It was linked with Platinum 5 Studios and Money Matches, who sponsored us. And yeah, it was just a whole lot of fun. We've been doing a lot of good things. We got a lot of stuff planned. We'll soon have a YouTube channel and more content coming through our Twitch channel. But right now, we're just a company in the making, a company growing. And soon a lot of things come.
Sounds really cool, man. Assassin, do you have any questions about what he does?
Not currently. Sorry.
He's there, but he's not there right now.
I think he's overwhelmed, and I think he's thinking in his heart that in the future, if he ever write a new rap song and put it on YouTube, he'd like to be mentioned in it. I'm sure that's what he's thinking.
I get a lot of people that say that a lot of time. Especially my significant other, she kind of made we called us prenups, and she has this thing where we'll like shake hands on something like immediately, like, hey, we don't do this. So the first thing was like, hey, you're not gonna write a song about me. So that was like one of the first things she called out. But a lot of people do like, request, me shout out my music. Sometimes I talk about people that relate to my life. That's kind of like what every artist do. Like if I've been hanging out with a certain group of people, they're my friends, and if it relates to the track, I'll somewhat mention something in relation to them in the song. So yeah, I do that a lot. But a lot of people expect it, especially when you start rapping and you're doing a certain amount of shows. They expect VIP treatment, and it's like, you can't even buy a ticket to a show, and you want me to get you in for free? Get the fuck out of my face.
I hear you, man. Well, I just am going to go ahead and dive into our first topic here, Manic,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure you're familiar with. Um, PlayStation VR, and in general, the VR industry for gaming, let's just say. So, some reports came out past Black Friday. PSVR did not sell as well as they thought it was going to. Super Data Research initially estimated that in 2016 that over uh, 2 million units would be sold. Over 2 million
Ooh.
units. Now they revised their estimate to say only 750,000 PSVR units will be sold by the end of the year. That's how bad it's selling on the store shelves right now. What do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about VR in general, VR in gaming? Do you think it's going to take off? Do you think it's just going to fall off the radar?
Um, I myself, it all depends on the games that they're like producing for the VR. Like, what games were they doing? Were they doing like VR Last of Us? Like, if they did something like that, that'd be kind of cool. But it all depends on the games because that's honestly what us gamers look for. What games are going to be on this system? What games are you going to be sponsoring with this? Because if you don't have anything I want, why am I even going to buy it? So, I was hearing some stuff about some people just concerned about what games are going to be on it, and from there, that just you know kind of pushes any gamer away. Because if you don't know what's on there, then what the heck am I going to buy it for?
A lot of what is it? The games are just experiences. Like, I mean, I believe Tuesday, the Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR Rogue One thing's launching. That's only a few minutes. I mean, you got the Batman, only a few minutes. You got oh crap, what's that other first party game that they have? That horror game. I can't think of it.
Resident Evil.
No, not Resident Evil. It's crap. Until Dawn. They have that VR experience,
Ooh, okay.
which is just like a little roller coaster type crap. I mean, and then they price it what, $400? It's not gonna sell.
No, it's not at all.
You know. So.
And that's the part about, like, if you're gonna do anything virtual. I just recently tried virtual reality for the first time. It was things, and I tried it, and it was like roller coasters and all that kind of stuff, and that was cool. But like, if there's nothing gameplay value, like say if I'm playing a VR for Resident Evil, it would probably do good, but I'm not sure with how a lot of people have been reacting with 7 first person kind of point of view, like PT. But if they would have did that for the VR, that would have probably been really good. But for the fact that it went to console with that kind of setting, it kind of, sparked some people, pushed them away. But I feel like if they would have did Resident Evil 7 the normal way they always been doing, but third person, and then made a VR version for PlayStation VR, that might have did some numbers. Or bring back PT, but they're not going to do that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you guys. I think in for the gaming genre, I think it's going to be a fad. I think that right now it's still priced too high for what people want to spend. It's almost like buying another system. Like, why would you spend $399 on PSVR and then buy a camera separately when you could probably put that towards like the Pro or Xbox One S? I just don't feel like that's what gamers would rather do with their money right now. I think they would rather upgrade their consoles and go for the next best thing. And plus that, not only that, but these VR games, they're not even like real games. They're like shells of games. I mean, the gameplay length is not even that long. You could trip, you could fall, your eyes are gonna burn out. All these bad things could happen in your house with all these wires hanging around. We've seen stuff like that with the original Wii when they swung those controllers. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna take off for gaming right now. I think we're at least a good 5 years away for gaming with VR.
Yeah. I mean, there was recently this thing I saw where it was a VR, and you're like on a treadmill that kind of moves simultaneously with itself, and it was like a first-person shooter that looked really promising. But PlayStation is not on that level right now. At the same time, looking back at the past, PlayStation really hasn't been that good with handhelds or off-brand material. I think, but besides not the Vita, it was like, yeah, it was the Vita. I think that was like the only one that was actually okay. But I mean, that really wasn't even that great. It was like okay, but I honestly feel like with um, side things like the VR and stuff, leave that to Nintendo because Nintendo so far they're the only people that actually know what to do with outside material besides the console. Because Xbox ain't even tried, and no one will connect. PlayStation don't need to do it. Just leave it in Nintendo. Nintendo's the only people that probably can do it right.
Yeah, I mean, I think, as far as a company goes, Nintendo's always trying to hit for that future spot of what they think is going to be popular. And sometimes they're too far ahead for their own good, but I think maybe they could do something with VR in the future. Um,
Yeah.
I really think it should be Nintendo leading the cause in something like this. But when we
Yeah.
look at the sales overall, right? So we
Hmm.
know PlayStation VR didn't do well on Black Friday. It didn't sell anywhere near what they thought it was going to sell. But now we
Hmm.
take those numbers and we compare it to the Vive and the Oculus Rift, and you'll see like
Hmm.
PlayStation VR sold 745,000, HTC
Hmm.
Vive sold 450,000, and Oculus sold 355,000. So
Yeah.
that's nothing at all. And all these big
Yeah.
PC gamers that are pushing this, VR on the PC, where are they? The numbers aren't there for what they're proclaiming.
Hmm. Yeah, I just honestly feel like with the VR area, it's not something we should really be tackling right now. We should be honestly perfecting console gaming because console gaming itself, like when the PS4 first came out, remember when they told us, "Hey, there's no more loading screens anymore." What the hell do we still got? Loading screens. So if you still
Yeah.
haven't perfected what you said before, don't venture out to other things. Once you perfect one craft, you can go to another one. That's kind of how we always, look at anything in life. Perfect one thing, go to the next thing.
I just want to point a question to Assassin real quick.
Yeah.
Assassin is a huge Batman fan, and we know that
Okay.
Batman has a VR game on PSVR. What price point would PSVR have to hit for you to want this Batman game?
I saw that Batman game, and you need to see it. It is a joke. It is an
Ooh.
absolute joke.
You, it's funny you say that since you're a Batman fan. I've been really questioning the Batman Telltale game. I mean, like I saw it and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. It's not like a David Cage game, but you know, is it trash compared to that? That's kind of how that one might
The
help me.
the Batman Telltale game is amazing.
Oh, it's really that good.
Yep, it's good.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, I could be a little biased because I like Batman and almost everything
Mhm.
Batman.
Mhm.
So I mean, put that in perspective. But I mean, it's good.
I mean, if you're obviously able to say that the VR sucks, then obviously you could say um, that is if that is sucks compared to the Telltale, then what else can you say?
Yeah. Um, Maybe one day we'll get a good Batman VR game. But I mean, I
Not right now.
believe what I saw was you threw batarangs and stuff. Like,
Hmm.
woo! I mean, I could do that right now. Well, maybe not batarang, but bananas or something.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, VR we're not ready for right now.
Maybe one day. I mean, we'll probably. It's probably good right now for educational use, but video games, you know, not right now.
Well, now that we finished talking about VR, we all know who Xbot in the chat. Welcome to the chat, everybody, and thank you, Xbot, for dropping by. We all know you are the biggest fan of VR. Just want to put that out there. And the next topic we're going to go to is another favorite, is No Man's Sky. I mean,
Ooh,
Oh gosh.
ooh.
so we know that it had a terrible launch. I mean, it was just overhyped and underdelivered. A big,
Hmm.
massive underdelivery. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people complain about, the way they advertised the game, and they showed how it was. They said you could do this stuff, and this stuff was coming. People bought the game for $60, and they got nothing of what they thought they were going to get. So they filed complaints with the British Advertising Agency, who finally concluded their investigation and found no wrongdoing on No Man's Sky part or Hello Games. That, hey, everything's okay. Gameplay could change, that was mentioned, so everything's okay.
Yeah, I was what was it? I was watching a YouTube video from the No, and they were like with the well, how they showed it at E3 with the awesome forests and the dinosaurs. I believe they said like, oh, the game is procedurally generated, so you may never see these things, but they're there or some stuff like that. Like, no, they're not. I mean, you get these like weird things. I don't even know if you could call them animals or dinosaurs. They're just walking around. Obviously, dinosaurs and T Rexes aren't in the game, but it's generated, so you might see it. So
Well, me honestly, I mean, I wasn't really hyped for No Man's Sky. I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it looks really cool. You know, the fact that you get to go to planet after planet after planet, discovering new life. But at the same time, you have to think about the simple fact that wait, if you create a game where it's a universe, and knowing that the universe is endless, that I can find a new planet, then find another planet, then find another planet, and that they've created enough content for the span of an actual universe. One, that's like literally impossible. Like to me, that's impossible. Unless you got a server where they're constantly creating new content weekly, new planets weekly, that is the only way you're not going to get redundant gameplay or redundant new monsters or new aliens, because that's literally impossible. Literally impossible to say I'm going to travel out to the entire universe with knowing how endless the universe is and be able to find a new alien each planet I go to. So unless they're currently updating that every day, we automatically should have said, hold on, wait. You playing with my leg real quick. Show me the stats. And then you see that via E3, and it's like, okay, this is promising, but honestly, tell me how you're actually going to do this. Because when I heard that, that was the first red flag that threw up. So after hearing people playing it and saying, oh, you go to a planet and you're seeing some new life, but then you go to like the station and see like how everybody looks the same. Everybody has the same, ship and all the similarities, and it's like not really a open world, kind of like how Destiny is. So it's just like, okay, there's some cool stuff here, but you're not giving me the complete promise you gave me. So, that turnaround is really going to piss a lot of people off. Like, you promise one thing. It's kind of like I said before with PlayStation. You promise one thing, we don't get it. We're not killing you for it, but we're like, all right, we're accepting it because, I mean, honestly, we're thinking about, like, how are you going to do that to where you create this one game, you create No Man's Sky the way they told us they were going to create it. There's no need to create another game. There's honestly no need.
Oh yeah.
It's like Minecraft.
No, at least Minecraft is fun.
Well, at least Minecraft has multiplayer. I gotta say that.
Oh yeah, why didn't that come up? Because they said multiplayer, and that was, I believe, one of the things that they said wasn't in there. Like the loading screens, they didn't deem the the warp speed or whatever as a loading screen. So because they said it doesn't take you out of a different screen, so it doesn't count as that. And it's just like same thing with the factions. Like there's no factions, but they deemed that someone was shooting at you that there's different factions.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. I knew, I know the whole multiplayer thing. That wasn't, apparently a part of it, but I didn't know much about that per se.
Yeah.
I think they were saying something too in the recent update that they're gonna be trying to do like sky battles, like ship battles or something.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, like,
I don't know if it's
no. I'm saying, like, honestly,
NPCs.
honestly, like I said before, I like you trying to make it sound like they're trying to make it sound like it's Star Trek. Like literally, the way they're doing it now, like they doing that, you're bringing up Star Trek. Because I mean, like obviously Star Trek, that the voyage, they went to planet after planet, helping people out, like space police or whatever. But honestly, now you're gonna add space battles. Like, why would you add something on there when you haven't even fixed the first problem? So that's like cutting your leg and smugging it with like mud, and then like, oh, let me tend to my finger real quick. When honestly the main concern is the fact that you got mud on this cut right now, and it's getting infected and causing more infection and irritation. But you're worried about your finger right now. Let's clean that boo boo. Nah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a great point over there, Manic, and I think Assassin makes some great points too from what he saw in the previous trailers and stuff. And it's funny that they just got cleared right while this update was going on. It's almost like who knows what happened behind the scenes, but it's almost like, hey, we got an update coming, so can you let us slide? Like that's what I feel like could have happened. Like that's my conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Or that, or someone's bank account got a little bit higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how
I mean, honestly,
works over there.
no. What I was saying is probably because you know how these cash cows they're doing recently with this download content, DLC, adding features. Honestly, I feel like they were like, okay, we're getting a lot of shit right now for not delivering, so let's give them a reason to actually pay more money so that we can keep getting money, because obviously our sales are dropping, nobody's gonna buy the game, nobody's trying to touch the game. We got to add something on there that makes the gamers come back, want to spend more money. So let's add this feature on here, and then hopefully, they want to come back. Honestly, I don't know why any gaming company does not listen to their fans.
I think we may have a technical difficulty. It says that the stream stopped. Is the stream still going, guys? Can you guys still see it?
I had to pause it because I was having some issues.
All right. I wonder if it's on YouTube's
the play button not working for.
All right. Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna restart the stream.
Okay. I was about to check it out on YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's saying all the frames are dropping.